Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you live Monday evenings at 7 p.m. Arizona time. Now we have a time change, so if you're on the East Coast, I'm a little bit early for you. I hope everyone had a great Easter. Oh my goodness, we had such a great Easter. It was a little wet in the morning, but everybody came over toward the afternoon. So it was a little drier, but we still had a little bit of a lake in the backyard. But we had a great time. So, of course, I hope everyone had a wonderful time with their whatever they did. We went to early service. We went to 6:30 service. So we go to service either Saturday night or Sunday morning. I haven't always gone to early service. My husband's always gone to early service. Depends if I want to get up that early and go. But he's always gone, and he's always met one of our friends, good friends for over 20 years. And so it's always been super fun. And so last couple of years I've gotten up and gone with him. And so we got to visit with her this time. And oh my goodness, it was so nice to catch up with her and see what she's been doing over the past year. And she's traveled just as much as we've traveled. Last October, she went to the Holy Land, which, oh my goodness, absolutely amazing. I think that would be such an amazing trip to make. She's gone to New York with her family. And so, we got to catch up on that since we've been to New York. We got to tell her about our family and places we've been. She's always wanted to travel abroad. She's done a lot of traveling anyways through her, not to Spain and Italy like we've done. She's wanted to do that parts of that travel as well. So it was kind of nice just to catch up with her and kind of relate back and talk with her. We were in a church small group with her, so we've known her for many, many years. So it was really, really nice to get caught up and kind of see what was going on with her and her life and things. So that was just wonderful. And then, of course, after that, came home and kind of prepared for everyone to come over at noon. Luckily, it had stopped raining by the time everybody got to the house, but we still didn't let the kids go out in the backyard until a little bit later. Of course, the boys didn't really care that it rained, and they had mud and played in the mud and brought some of the mud into Grandma's house, and Mimi's house, but that's okay. Mud can be cleaned up, but they had a great time taking their trucks out and playing in the mud, which that's what it's all about, right? So that was super fun, and we got to, they got to enjoy at least playing outside a little bit, so that was fun. So we had a great Easter, and then of course we were gone last week, and we went to Moab, Utah. Absolutely gorgeous place. Moab is a beautiful place to be. And enjoyed that. Very, very cold. Lucky it did not rain or snow, which we were afraid of. So we were glad about that. As soon as we left, it snowed. Glad we weren't there when it was snowing. So happy about that. Enjoyed our time. Got home safely. So that was good. So then I was trying to decide what did I want to do. So I did not go to the Stampin' Up! Convention, which I'm kind of sad that I didn't, but we knew we had that trip planned, and Stampin' Up! Convention was the week before, so I just couldn't bump up both trips, and it just didn't work out this year for me to go, which I'm looking at everybody's Stampin' Up! Stuff. I was so sad that I didn't get to go to convention, because you get to see so many new things that come out at convention. You also get to pre-order some stuff. So I did not get to pre-order anything. So lots of demonstrators got to pre-order, and I'm sad, but I did not get to do that. Anyways, so everyone has been, I know, been doing cards with the card Simply Zinnia flowers, but that's what I got to order, which is on the online exclusives. But so I decided to make a Mother's Day card with mine. Good evening, Mom. Thanks for joining. So I know everyone's been making these cards because we got to pre-order this stuff. Oh my goodness, probably the end of February. But I didn't actually get to order mine until March. So, and they've been out of things, so I haven't really gotten my full order yet. So on the online exclusive, it's not in a catalog, and well, I don't know what happened about that. I want to do that. I don't want full screen. Sorry. Okay. No. Okay. I see what I did. Here we go. I have the wrong thing. There we go. There we go. So on the online exclusives, they have put out a bunch of new things. Awesome stuff. So if I remember correctly, I was listening to what Stampin' Up! Is doing, and they are doing online exclusives, trying to release more product more often, and that's how they're doing online exclusives. And they're doing that every other month. They're doing online exclusive merchandise. So the product that they released, one of the things that they released was this Zinnia, I think it's pronounced, sweet, but some of it is back ordered. So they just couldn't get, I think, all the product at one time. So these adhesive back shiny sequins are not available. I couldn't order them. But you could get the embossing folder, the paper, the stamp set, and the dies, which is what I got. So that's what I've been playing with. You can get this encircled in nature bundle, which I have not ordered yet. And then there's a couple other things you can order when you go on to the online exclusives. There's a suite that's like about coffee. That's on back order. You can't get that. So I didn't get that. But there's a bunch of other things. So I decided to play with this Zinnia. It's beautiful. This paper is gorgeous. As always, our paper is beautiful. This paper is just, I mean, always gorgeous. This way. So of course, our paper, as always, is double-sided. So you have like this side. Oh, see, my paper scraps are everywhere. So you have this side, then you have this side, and then you have this side, which is one of the ones I use. Then you have this beautiful floral. You have this pink, which I was going to use, and I ended up not. And then you have that. And then you have another big floral pattern. And you can fussy cut these out with no problem because they're big enough, so you can fussy cut them and then use them as well. And then this star side and this pattern. You can cut it in half, and then you can use these and cut these out and then use them as well. And then this side. So there's just, oh, and then there's this one. Someone has used this, and it's actually pretty. Just the leaves. And then this side. So this paper is gorgeous. This paper, I mean, my scraps everywhere. So I have used all this. Now, also coming out, we get to pre-order cat from the catalog that's coming out in May. We get to pre-order tomorrow. Super excited. So I will show you this beautiful catalog that they have come up with, and it's so beautiful. Look at this new catalog. I can only show you the outside, so this is the outside of our brand new catalog that's coming out 2024 to 2025. So it comes out May to next April. So our April catalog is retiring. There are some things that are retiring and some that they carry over. That's always how it works. And there is a list of what's retiring and what isn't. So if you want to know what's staying and what isn't, just let me know. And I do have a list of that. But yeah, isn't that just gorgeous catalog? It's beautiful. And it's these leaves like stand out. They are really pretty. So I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, even on the back side, it's just gorgeous. I mean, it's such a pretty catalog. So yeah, there's some really pretty stuff inside too. So, but I can't show you that. Not allowed to anyways. So when I was playing with the zinnias, I really liked this paper, and I really liked this purple paper. Of course, it's purple and it's stripes, and I really like that. So I did work up a card, and I was messing around with it, and so this is a card that I came up with because I really liked this as well. And then I pulled a Happy Mother's Day stamp, but I pulled it. The Zinnia doesn't have that. It has a bunch of other ones, but I pulled that from the Flower Cart stamp set, and I believe that's in the Retiring mini catalog. That's what it is. I wasn't happy with how I put this ribbon on, and once you put the ribbon on, you can't take it off. But this ribbon does go, and it is in the main catalog, and it is our colors. This is like this is the Parakeet Party ribbon. I don't know if I did this right or wrong. I don't know, but I mean, it looks like it's okay, but I'm not really like super thrilled with it. But I should have put it with no ribbon. But I did like this other part of it. So this is Highland Heather. I thought I had more. Highland Heather. And then this is the first layer is, I don't use it very often. That's why I don't know what it is. Blackberry Bliss. And then this is the new paper from the Zinnia. And then this is Blackberry Bliss again. And then these strips are the paper that we're going to use again. And then this is from the Modern Oval Punch, which is nice. And then I just stamped a Blackberry Bliss again. So that's how I made this card. And I liked the layers, but the next card that I'm going to make, I'm not going to put as many layers on it, just because I think it'll make it a little bit easier. But I do like when I layer. I like layers. So I'm going to make different colors because this paper, you can use so many different colors. You can pull out all the different colors that you want out of this. So this time I'm going to start with just a plain white, the basic white, but I'm going to use a thicker white. So I used the thick white for our base card. So both cards are cut at 11. So this is 11 and by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So then we're going to just, that's fine. Over. So I really didn't use the stamp set on this, the Zinnia stamp set. I actually just wanted to highlight the paper, the Zinnia paper. So I didn't really use the stamp set on it at all. So I know I put in the description stamp set, but I didn't really. So then I took Melon Mambo, and I cut this at 4 5 1/4. And then I used the Zinnia embossing, 3D embossing folder. This is such a neat embossing folder. Isn't this just beautiful? I mean, this folder is gorgeous. So I used the embossing folder, and then I embossed the Melon Mambo, and this turned out so nice. This is just this detail on here. Let me put this a little bit closer so you can see this. the detail is beautiful on here. So that's going to be our first layer on here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. So I got to figure out, one is obviously smoother and this is bumpier. So I'm going to glue the smoother side down. It's going to be a fast, easy card, basically. So today I spent cleaning my floors, getting up all the mud off my floors. But the boys just had so much fun bringing in all the mud. But, you know, that's part of the fun. They had so much fun playing on the mud, with the mud on the floor. They didn't bring all the mud on the floor because I said no mud in my house, but they had mud all over the place. They had it on the patio. They had it in their hands. They came with their hands and they're like muddy hands. It was, oh my goodness, it was so funny. Okay, and then I'm going to layer another piece of Melon Mambo. So I'm doing kind of Melon Mambo on Melon Mambo because I want this to stand out on top. So, and it wasn't a great day with family. It was so great. I got back from vacation and I said, I just can't do Easter. So it was so great for my family. They planned it. They used my house. They planned everything. I got back from vacation and we just did it at my house. But they planned all the food, everything, and I just got to come back and it just be done. So it was great. It was wonderful. So we got to enjoy time. We were here all afternoon. It was so wonderful. I think it was just a great, great time. I don't know. I thought yesterday was an awesome day. It was a great day with family. So I'm going to use Melon Mambo again, and this is 3.5 by 4.5. But I think what I want to do is I want to pop this up. So I'm going to actually use dimensionals, of course. I'm such a dimensional person, aren't I? I'm going to use dimensionals, and I'm going to pop this up. But I actually think that what I should have done was we have dimensional strips, and I should have put dimensional strips on this instead of just dimensional pop-up things. But I don't have them in here in my room, so I am going to just use dimensionals. But dimensional strips would have been better, then I wouldn't have to use so many of the dimensionals. The strips would have been so much better. But anyways. So I'm not going to actually stick this on here yet. I want to actually put these on here. I want to build this and then I'm going to put that on there. So the card that I did earlier by accident, but I liked it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I was messing around with these and I actually staggered these and I ended up liking it, but I think I'm going to just put them on. Probably just even. You could do either one. I don't know. It was easier to stagger them. Alrighty. I have such a hard time getting these all even. Okay. I try to lay it out first, and then I take one off and I put glue on it. That's why I think when I did it by accident, it got messed up and one was higher than the other. The middle was higher, and I'm like, that looks kind of nice. But it might end up like that again. All right, so that looks about even. So I'm going to put glue on one. And I think that it worked that I put glue on the two outside ones and then did the middle. So trying to get it as even top to bottom. And then do this one. So these strips are 1 inch by 4 1/8. So they're 1 inch by 4 1/8. All right, so that seems to be about the same width. All right, on this middle one. Alrighty. So not even at all. No. That's pretty even. Looks pretty good. All right. That looks pretty good. Now see the difference? Now if you look at this pink one and the purple one, if you look at the pink one, it pulls out the pink color in this. If you look at the purple one, it pulls out this purpley color out of the flowers. So I really like that. And if you put the green, if you put a green piece of matte, it would pull the greens out of the flowers. So I really like the idea that this has so many different colors and you can use different background colors, obviously, and then make the coloring different. And we have all those color papers. All right, so now I'm going to put this on here. And you can, you can even cut this card a little bit smaller and you'll see even more of the embossing, but you still can see, let's see, yeah, a little bit. You can still see some of the embossing, which is just beautiful. So that looks really nice. Oh, I did not get that very even. All right, so now I'm going to cut out a piece of just white. I'm going to use white from my stamp. And I'm going to I'm going to make it a Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to use the same Milan Mambo. And I did not get the stamp on the stamp thing very even, so I'm trying to stamp it even. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Excuse me, my nose is running. I still have a little bit of whatever is going around with everybody. Now, I'm going to also pop this up. So let's turn that over. That should be dry. And let's pop this up. What's going on with my pop-ups? Dimensionals, what is going on? We're like, I know this is probably overkill, but all right. This one was giving me a fit. I don't know what it's doing. What's going on? Like it's got another piece to it. Okay, I don't want that one. Get another one. It had a different piece on it. Okay. Okay, and then let's just put this on. All right, now, since I don't have the sequins that come with it, I went in my stash. I don't know if these are, I couldn't find them, so I'm not sure if they're still available or not, but these kind of, I think, match, so I'm going to use them. We have stuff kind of coming and going, so I'm not quite sure. But these are pink and I like them. So I think I'm going to just use them. These are like adhesive back sequins. They're berry burst white and pretty peacock. So there we go. They certainly pop off easy, but they don't pop off where I want them. All right, there we go. Pop off in here, but they don't pop off there. Okay, there we go. So there's our card for tonight. And then you can write inside or stamp. You can stamp the, you could have used the stamp. I could have stamped the flower on the inside, and I might go ahead and do that and stamp the flower on the inside. But, and then this was the one I made earlier. But it's such pretty paper. I really like the paper. And so I think what I would do is I would not put the ribbon, but I'm with you. I really like the layers. I'm beginning to like that. I like layers more. It's more fun too. I think also what I would do is I'd pop up this layer right here. I'd pop this up. I would meant to do that. This purple part, I'd pop that up. I think that would look really pretty. So yeah, I mean, this one is nice too, but I think I would pop this up and that would make it even more elevated. So yeah, I'm beginning to like the layer look. So, but yeah, I'm glad that you agree too, Mom. Just gives it just some more dimension to it. But yeah, And then I would find some sequins to put on there too, or some bling. I think I would do like silver bling. I think that would look good. They stand out more with layers. Yeah, I agree. I don't know why it does that, but yeah, it does stand out a little bit more. So yeah. Well, there's your cards for tonight. So if you need anything else, just let me know. I'll come up with something for next week. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll come up with something. I do have a couple other new sets that I have that I ordered. They're online exclusives. Maybe I'll figure out something. I just got a card in the mail that my nephew's son is graduating. So maybe I'll make a graduation card. I'll come up with a graduation card. Those are always fun to make. So anyways, if you need anything, I am here. Please feel free to give me a shout out. I'm here if you need anything. Otherwise, we'll see you next Monday. Have a great week and take care. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great night.